Cody's been a very angry, upset, very lost person the last few years, and I have to recognize it for what it is. It's just him in a painful place, and him in a place of fear that I will leave him to.
You know, you complain about my independence, and I will complain about your selfishness and self-absorbed. You're a little bit.
Is that in the past 2 years with the divorce?
No, just.
You feel like I always was.
Maybe you always were.
Hi friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Monday, November 4th, 2024. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Janelle Brown and Cody Brown spoke about their relationship, and Robyn Brown was almost nearly absent from this episode. This is like the fourth episode in a row, I think, that Robyn has not been involved in any of the storylines, and it appears that Robyn still is refusing to work on this show. If it wasn't for Christine and her relationship with David, there would literally be nothing for this family to talk about to fill a 42-minute episode. Am I right or am I wrong? Janelle and Cody sat down to have a conversation about Coyote Pass. And during the conversation, Janelle had some choice words for Cody's feelings about Robyn and his bias that he has for her, which then resulted in Robyn having her own thoughts and feelings of being accused of being the one that's ruining everything for everyone. I want to be super clear though. I don't think I heard Janelle actually blame Robyn for anything. I heard her tell Cody that he was preferring Robyn. And then Robyn took that as Robyn's to blame. That's like mental gymnastics. If she would have said something about Robyn, and she did, we'll get there in a second, I would have been like, yeah, Robyn, she has no right to blame you ever for anything because you are perfect. The sacred cow. I would love to know where Janelle comes up with these little terms that she coins. I've noticed she has her own little lingo. Some of the stuff that they say, I know comes from their culture. And when she referred to Robyn as a sacred cow, it did prompt me to reach out to someone from the AUB. And I asked the person, do you use the term sacred cow to call someone that's above reproach? And they laughed and said they had never heard that phrase before. They also didn't know the phrase F and F, F and fight that Cody used the week before. These are just Brownisms, apparently. I know sacred cow is used, it's just not used often in the worlds that I live in. So I don't know. But Robyn is kind of treated as though she's above reproach by Cody. I mean, he said at the tell-all last year that he would punch people in the mouth if they came to him to talk to him about Robyn. So clearly, no one can talk to him about Robyn. But Janelle was speaking to Cody about his preferences and where he spends his time. This is kind of what she had to say.
I always felt like your life centered so much about Robyn's house.
Well, in the past 2 years, Robyn's been this place. Things were safe.
Cody, even before that, it felt like I wasn't as important.
I don't know. I feel like anytime Cody makes a choice and they don't like it, I get blamed. There's this new concept that I have Cody just wrapped around my little finger and I'm doing evil spells on him and I'm oh, ridiculous.
Robyn somehow turned the situation of Janelle telling Cody that you preferred to spend your time with Robyn. There is a bias with Robyn. There's a sacred cow of Robyn where I can't talk about my feelings and tell you what's going on with me without you getting mad at me, into Robyn saying that she's getting blamed for when Cody makes choices and that she's the one that is being called a witch that has a spell that casts spells on Cody and has him wrapped around her fingers. I haven't heard any of the women actually say that. What I have heard them say is that she strokes his ego and plays games with that, like feeds into his ego to get what she wants, which is actually a strategy that some psychologists recommend using with narcissists to calm them down, is to like feed their egos so that they don't attack you and play into their egos, enabling them. I've heard them dance around it like she's enabling him by feeding into his ego, right? And that in turn is how she gets what she wants. And Robyn, a couple years ago, it was right when they were moving to Flagstaff, she was asked about what her thoughts were about flags, about plural marriage or polygamy. And she made the comment that what really frustrates her about polygamy is that it turns into survival of the fittest and you're all fighting for the same things. And then she somehow tried to change the narrative and then said, in our society, that's how we are. But really, what she meant is the women are all fighting for the same things. And when you're in survival of the fittest, some women develop tactics to get what they want and do things to get what they want. Robyn uses ego stroking and sex to get what she wants. So, really, yes, she does get him wrapped around her finger to get what she wants, but she doesn't really have control. It's just how she can get what she needs from the narcissist. Either way, Janelle didn't call her a witch casting spells. So Robyn is twisting the words that Janelle said, like she always does. And Janelle has never flat out told Robyn, yeah, you're an evil witch casting spells. None of the kids have even said that. It's weird where she comes up with and twists things. Like she's done it so many times on the season, over the seasons, but it also reminds me of during the knife and the kidneys when Christine told Robyn that she was unhappy in Vegas, and then Robyn accused her of lying. And then Robyn suggested that Christine was saying that because only Cody and Robyn were then happy. And so she was implying that everyone else was unhappy but Cody and Robyn, thus, cracking the veil of the family wasn't perfect and Cody was spending all his time with Robyn. And she took it as an attack when it wasn't even an attack. It was just her saying, we drifted apart in Vegas. But she made it about herself. Anyway, we continue.
If you know Cody Brown, you know he's not to be controlled.
And that's why your life is very much centered around the little kids and all of that.
Always was.
But
When you don't have little kids, does that mean that, the generation gap between you and Robyn is too much?
I don't find I have much in common. And I feel like it's a problem that I'm not.
Robyn does like to remind everyone that Cody Brown is not to be controlled. And I actually don't believe she's lying. Cody is not a guy that can be controlled by anyone. And he will put any woman in her place, regardless of who she is. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've spoken to people that were friends with Robyn or knew Robyn, and they've all said that Cody is very controlling of her, that he doesn't allow her to speak to people unless he gives her permission, that she looks to him for approval on if she can say something or not say something, or speak to one or not speak to someone or not speak to someone. She is very controlled by Cody. Does she use her skills to get what she needs from him? Yes. But she's not the one calling the shots by any means. And the more that he's told that she calls the shots, the more he will probably start putting her in her place. It is odd that Cody would want Janelle and Robyn to have a relationship when it's clear that they've never really been friendly. They were never besties. She is 10 years older than Robyn. They don't have the same interests. They don't like the same music. They don't like the same cultural topics. They don't read the same kind of books. They don't do the same hobbies. They have nothing in common. There's a 10-year age gap and their kids are different ages, but some of their kids are the same age. It's just that they don't have personalities that would mesh. What frustrates me about Janelle's conversation with Cody is that if she would just stick to what's happening between Cody and her and not bring Robyn into it, it won't give Cody any ammunition to run back to Robyn to say, see, Robyn, I told you, everyone hates you. No one wants to be friends with you. See, Janelle said that she doesn't want to have a relationship with you because you have nothing in common with her. Janelle said you did this. Janelle said you did that. If Janelle would just focus on, Cody, you've said that you don't love me. Cody, I didn't get a house when I needed a house. Cody, you have said you were never in love with me, that you have found the love of your life. Let me go. If she would just say those things, he would have no ammunition whatsoever to bring Robyn into the situation. There's definitely some anger with Janelle towards Robyn, and I understand that. But by bringing Robyn into it, it only helps Cody further triangulate them. I've noticed a difference between the way Mary communicates with Cody and the way that Christine and Janelle communicate with Cody. And when Mary speaks to Cody, Mary brings up the problems that she has directly with Cody. and she doesn't necessarily blame any of the other women or bring them into their fight. She leaves them out of it. And then Cody and Mary only focus on Cody and Mary, right? Christine and Janelle often will resort to, well, it's Robyn's fault, or not, it's you prefer Robyn, which is fair. He does prefer Robyn, but I think they could say it differently. They could say, I don't feel seen. I don't feel valued. I don't feel like you love me. You've said you don't love me. If they would focus on what they've heard Cody say, they could attack that way versus bringing Robyn in. And then this story that Janelle brings up has about Robyn is probably being told as a way for Janelle to show this is why she doesn't trust Robyn, but it ends up looking like to Cody that she's being petty. And I'm not saying that Janelle is being petty. The anecdote is being used by Janelle to show that she can't trust Robyn and can't have conversations that are held between Robyn and her, which erodes her confidence in a relationship with her. And then she also is saying that when I did talk to Robyn about something, you then reamed me out for mistreating her. So this was obviously something that was a deep issue and a big fight that occurred. Check this out.
So I had a conversation with Robyn years ago when she was getting ready to buy the house. And I just said to her, please, if you cannot buy something that's going to chew through our resources. And, we all agreed she was amiable with me. But apparently she went and told on me to Cody. And Cody's like, well, you were so mean to Robyn about blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I don't know how you know that. I don't know how you know about that conversation. I didn't ever say anything to you about it.
This story that Janelle is talking about with the house reminds me of when Cody presented the one house idea to the family. And Christine was very vocal about her lack of interest in living in one home. Janelle, on the other hand, was very on board with it and very wanted everyone to consider living in one home. They all got together and talked about the pros and cons. And throughout the process, Robyn was never 100% on board. She had a lot of reservations about living in one house. The lack of privacy. She brought up issues about the estate, who owns the home. She brought up issues about the garage and the parking, the only one entrance. There was a lot of cons that Robyn brought up herself that had nothing to do with Christine. And she heard what everyone was saying, but Cody accused Christine of poisoning Robyn's mind to believing the things that Robyn was saying about the one house idea, as though Robyn didn't just say what she said and come up with it herself. The conversation all happens together. Christine is definitely not influencing what Robyn says, and Robyn 100% was more negative than positive about the one house idea, but he automatically blamed Christine when it wasn't her fault. So I could actually see Cody hearing Robyn tell him this, and then him run to Janelle and say, it's your fault that she doesn't want to buy a house. I can't believe you said that to her. You were so mean to her to make her feel like we can't have this house, when it probably wasn't even a mean conversation. And maybe he's doing this to triangulate them to make them not trust each other. He's done this with Robyn a lot. And he's the one that's originating and portraying it as an attack and being mean. You didn't let my prized possession get the house that she wanted. You were mean and made her think that she couldn't use your money. What? Right? Here's what Robyn says.
I didn't tattle on Janelle. I just told Cody that Janelle and I were in agreement about not buying my home. And then it turned into some big, huge thing. And I got into trouble with Janelle because Cody got after her. It was just that her and I agreed. And I thought that was important to tell him.
Don't go down that road. We're trying to heal things. More destruction is won't help us here.
Okay, then if I can't talk freely, then let's just leave it as I don't really want to.
Cody's a very paranoid man. And a lot of times when Robyn is brought up, I think that he shuts down the conversations because he can't remember the lies that he is told. And he says, don't bring other people into it, as almost a way to deflect, because he was the one that brought Robyn into it and blamed Janelle for being mean to Robyn. And he might have told Robyn that Janelle was being mean to her by doing that. But I actually think, based on Robyn's story, that she wasn't tattling. I think she did just tell Cody that she agreed with Janelle. And what we saw on the show is that Robyn was resistant to the move. She didn't want this. Cody forced it on her. At one point said that he would divorce her if she didn't buy the house with him and basically bullied her into buying that house. Cody often does this with Robyn, where he says he makes up a lie. He gets the other women worked up so they don't trust Robyn and flips it to Robyn and makes up stories about the women so they don't trust them, so they don't trust Robyn. All the while, it allows the two of these sides to fight with each other, and then they're not mad at Cody. When they're all together, when you watch in the seasons when they get to Flagstaff, Robyn actually was not in a good place with Cody. Their relationship was not super happy. She and Cody were fighting nonstop, and she was very mouthy with Cody. And she often agreed with the women on the couch about how Cody was acting and the frustrations they were having. And so when Cody says that where I go, Robyn goes, it's almost like when she was around the women, she was able to share her feelings without the constraints of Cody. I'm not saying that Robyn isn't manipulative. I'm just saying a lot of the issues here are actually Cody's instigating it all. And there is this part in polygamy where telling on someone can get you favor, right? So Mary said that Cody always wanted information from her about other people, and that's why people didn't trust her. And he would be nice to her for information. And Robyn could be doing the exact same thing, giving Cody information so that he has favor with her, or bringing up Janelle as another person that doesn't want this so that she doesn't get all the heat for not wanting the house. It's a way to diffuse the situation for the women. And at the end of the day, it's Cody that's creating all of the chaos, and then they're fighting with each other instead of fighting with Cody. And in this situation, maybe she was a tattletale. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't. Maybe Cody has made it seem like she was a tattletale, and that's the conversation that is being, that's how it was portrayed to Janelle. Like Janelle gets in trouble for it, right? And on the flip side, maybe then Cody is saying nasty things about Janelle to Robyn, fueling the distrust between the two of them. Cody is causing so much problem here. And I wish that in this conversation, it could have just been about Cody and Janelle just saying, you know what? I've heard what you've had to say about me, and we're done. Some fans were not happy because she didn't just say we're over, and she told Cody that she still had feelings for him, and she was very dancing around the topic. I think what the argument demonstrates more than anything is that Cody has preferential treatment, and it just proves why they shouldn't be together. Because if a conversation is relayed the way it's described, Cody is attacking one wife, making her the scapegoat, and favoring another, making her the golden wife. And as long as he does that, those two women will never get along. And Cody is the problem. Now, because Robyn has a victim complex and plays the victim in the narcissistic triangle, she always believes everyone is blaming her. She always inserts herself as the victim in every situation. She never actually takes accountability for anything that she says or does. She always has an excuse for what's happening and never says, "Oh, I could have maybe just not said anything," you know? I think Robyn probably has been a tattletale a lot. And when you are the favorite wife and you're stroking his ego, she will portray it in a way where she comes off as the innocent one, and Cody is always rescuing her after he's created all of the chaos. It's just such an unhealthy dynamic. What Janelle probably should have just said is, I'm not here to talk about reconciling, let's talk about money. But then again, that would have made for a boring show if they don't have drama and fuel the drama between all the ladies and Cody. So obviously, they have to at least discuss aspects of their relationships or it wouldn't make for good TV, which begs the question, how much of this is real and how much of it's fake? You know, I don't know. But the feud between Janelle and Robyn makes clear that that's why Janelle will never go back to Cody. Not that Cody's a jerk, it's just that he has preferential treatment. I mean, why don't you just go with the fact that Cody has said terrible things about you, Janelle? Come on, Janelle, please have a spine. He doesn't love you. Just be like Mary and just stand up for yourself. I'm actually digging Mary's behavior and how she's setting boundaries and the conversations she has with Cody. She's been the one that's been very firm and not allowing him to get her in the middle of anything and just keeping it straight to the point. Will Janelle actually get what she deserves from Cody? And will Robyn stop playing the victim? That remains to be seen. But Robyn definitely played the victim here. And Cody definitely wins in triangulating them, and nothing gets resolved. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and click the bell so you never miss a video. Bye, everyone.